Morning. Today I'm getting two very efficient heat pumps installed in my house. One of them is going right here. It's a small one for the family room. And the second one will be installed here in the back of my house. Replace that unit in the wall. Yeah, it's about 20 years old and it's not too efficient anymore. So if I was 30 or even 40 years younger, I might be inclined to do it myself. I don't want to do all that crawling around, running electric under the house, so I decided to hire Warner Mechanical to do the work for me. So you might be wondering why I chose these two mini splits over central air conditioning. I'll start when my wife asked for central air conditioning.
Honey, it's so hot in here. So, some way we get the air conditioning in the kitchen instead of using this fan.
We did have a 16,000 BTU air conditioner in the dining room. And on those really hot days, it just couldn't keep up with the temperatures. So I could have offered to do the cooking myself. Yeah, after careful consideration, I decided that it'd be better just to get the central air conditioning. 6 years ago, I replaced their old gas furnace with a new one. And at the time, when they installed it under the house in the crawl space, they asked me if I wanted central air conditioning. Didn't want it, but they did say that if I did want one in the future, it'd be about $6,000. Just adding air conditioning to the existing furnace was my first option, so I had them come over and give me a quote. They said the new evaporators are more efficient, but they're larger, so they wouldn't fit through the opening here into the crawl space. And my floor registers were too small. They seem to be fine for heat, but I guess you gotta have bigger ones for the air conditioning. The quote turned out to be like $30,000, so yeah, forget it. My second option was putting an air conditioning unit in the attic. However, that requires a whole new air conditioning unit, plus the ductwork, and also cutting holes in the ceilings of every room. So yeah, that wasn't too appealing to me. So I started looking into ductless mini splits. I heard a lot of good things about them. I got some quotes and decided to bite the bullet. You've never seen a mini split? Yeah, it's not one of those. It's basically a small heat pump. Heat pumps can not only cool your house by running air conditioning in the summer, they can also run in heat mode to heat your house in the winter. It got me thinking, would running these be any cheaper than running the gas furnace? Yeah, well, I ran the numbers. It's a little bit surprising, and I put those results in the cost section at the end. Window air conditioning units have been around since the early 1930s. They've gotten smaller and less expensive over the years. I bought this window air conditioner about 20 years ago. Yeah, it was pretty efficient at the time. As you can see, it's got about 20 years worth of dirt and grime on it. So let me clean it up and I'll show you the parts. Okay, that looks a little better. Okay, this is the compressor. This compressor is a single speed. The hot side over here is the condenser side, and the radiator in the front is the evaporator side. So this is what gets cold, and this side gets hot. The modern mini splits are a lot more sophisticated than this old window air conditioner. The two radiators here are actually separated by refrigerant lines, and you can put them up inside in the wall, and allows you to move the noisy compressor and the condenser to the outside where you won't hear it. The new inverter mini splits are also the most economical way to cool your house. This unit here has a SEER of about 14.7, and the new ones I got, the larger 2-ton unit has a SEER of 21, and the smaller 1-ton unit has a SEER of 30.5. The main reason for the high efficiency is the new inverter ones have a variable speed compressor, and also the fans are variable speed. It has a little control board to regulate the most efficient speed for both of the fans and the compressor. For the advantages of mini splits over central air conditioning, for one thing, they're a lot more efficient, and in mild winter climates they can also replace your gas furnace, and also they're better for the environment since you're not burning hydrocarbons. The units are much quieter than the window air conditioning that I had. These are also great if you have battery backup system for your solar, such as the Tesla Powerwall, because the startup currents are very low here, And they don't have that high startup current like the single stage central air conditioning does. They're also great when you have one large room to cool, say a workshop or garage. Mini splits come with a separate handheld temperature controller, so you can set the temperature either at the head unit or at the controllers. I'm kind of sensitive about ductwork. At my son's house, he had an old air conditioning unit. Couldn't seem to get his house cooled off. So I went up in the attic, looked around, and sure enough, the ductwork was all ripped apart. And it was just cooling off the attic and not his house. So even in the best of ductwork, you're still going to lose 10 or 20% efficiency with that. So yeah, directing the air right directly into the room is going to be a little more efficient. Another advantage is reliability. They're more reliable than central air conditioning. This unit has a 10-year warranty and expected life is probably close to 20 years, where central air conditioning systems, yeah, they usually last like from 12 to 15 years. There are a few disadvantages also. Yeah, they're going to cost you a lot more than a window air conditioner. And if you want to use them for heat, they work best in climates with mild winters. Here in Southern California, it really works great. They're very efficient. But if you're going to see winter temperatures below zero, yeah, you're probably better off with a gas furnace then, because the heat pumps lose efficiency the colder it gets. The potential disadvantage, you might not like the way they look on the wall. Yeah, there's not really too much maintenance to do. On the inside units, they have a little filter up on top there. But for us, it's probably going to be like once a year. Just take the filters, rinse them off in cool water, dry them off, and put it back in. You should probably check your outside condenser once a year, and all you really need to do is spray it with a hose. First thing you want to do is disconnect the power. Once your power is off, just spray the fins in the back. When you're all done, just put it back in. If the unit is really dirty, then of course you can take it all apart and clean it from the inside out. If you check it once a year, probably won't have to. So you might be wondering why I decided to hire somebody to do this rather than do it myself. Experience matters in this case, and I've never done it before. So they have all the equipment. Ryan, who did the installation, he's done over 600 of these. So he knows exactly where to put the lines, how to wire everything in, how to secure it. So, and besides, I didn't want to run power lines under my house and work in the main electrical panel. So yeah, it's better off just to get somebody else who's done it before to do it. The inside header is pretty quiet. I leave the fan just in auto mode, so it's just about as quiet as central air conditioning. Okay. Yeah, these things are a little bit expensive. It costs me just under $5,700 for the 2 units installed. Central air conditioning can probably run about in the same ballpark. As far as the operating cost for heat, yeah, I pay about 32 cents a kilowatt hour from SDG&E, and they also charge about $1.90 per therm for my natural gas. So if you calculate all those out, yeah, the costs come out pretty similar. For $1's worth of natural gas, I get about 40,000 BTUs, and for $1's worth of electricity, yeah, the little unit is a little bit better, and the big unit is a little bit worse, but they're very comparable. So anyway, my big advantage is I have some free solar energy that I can use, and that doesn't cost me anything. Mini split sales have been growing about 20% a year, and not only in areas with mild climates. As a matter of fact, in New England, they have about 40% of the market. In their case, it's not about the heating capabilities, It's about adding air conditioning to those old two-story New England houses. And yeah, it's really a challenge getting the ductwork in because the houses weren't designed for it. So in conclusion, these mini splits are really versatile. They can do a lot of things for a lot of people. And I'm really excited about trying them out next year when the temperatures get hot. I can actually use the air conditioning, which is why I got them in the first place. But in the meantime, I'll just use my solar energy to heat my house for free. This is Grandpa Ron, and I'll see you on the next video.
Easy as